tall buildings of downtown Boston lighting up the nighttime sky. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Boston. They're in the middle at 5th in the conference, looking to build in the wins as the season goes on. And, of course, Toronto, 3 games behind.
And when I look at Toronto, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Kemba Walker is a multiple-time All-Star. But from his first seasons in the league, stardom was not assured. Even he said, "I never saw myself playing at this level. There were times I didn't know if I even belonged in the NBA. I guess you could say I'm surprised." Now, Kevin, every player has those doubts at the beginning, but few overcome them the way Kemba has.
David, he's come a long way. Thank you. Around this time of year, lots of national broadcasted games, Doris. Does that impact the players, you think, in any way?
I certainly think the guys are aware of the nights they're on national television. Some guys relish, Kev, as you know, the opportunity to play on the big stage. So for the regular season, those nights where you know the entire country is watching, that's a big deal.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Norman Powell is out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Johnson in at small forward. And for the Celtics, Walker and Smart, the guards. Daniel Tice out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Cantor in at the center position. Walker with it. Outside Tatum. One up, one down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, Jason Tatum has the kind of size and length to be effective near the cup. Really good job staying in attack mode.
VanVleet passes to Siakam. Johnson with it. Now guarded by Tatum. Poked away. 6 on the shot clock. Tatum against Johnson. Over Tatum. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. And Walker kicks to Tatum. Off target from outside. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Here's Walker. 29 points for him last game against Cleveland. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Pass to Smart. And Gasol sends it back.
Just great timing and great awareness from Marc Gasol. This guy is a relentless shot blocker.
Now here's VanVleet. Really had troubles in that loss to Boston. Shot clock at 6. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Tice.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Passes to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Well, the 7-footer showing how easy it can be. And it's Cantor, aggressive.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Siakam looking around. Johnson outside. Kicks it to Powell. And it's blocked. And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession. Inside, 6 to shoot. Ball's knocked loose. From deep three-point range.
Nothing going right on the offensive end. 0 for 4 from the field.
Here's Johnson. Got a hand on it.
Encouraging to see Cantor trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Ennis.
Now here's Walker. Covered by Van Vliet. To the inside. Cantor against Gasol. Goes up on the block. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Cantor finds Smart. Shoots over Powell. Boston again missing. Toronto trailer. And the dunk by Powell.
This is Powell at his best. In attack mode, he is hard to stop.
For Boston, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Here's Walker. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. Smart trying to break free. Second chance shot. Here's Cantor. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. They get Marc Gasol.
I'll tell you, Cantor's jump shot is very consistent. The defense has got to respect it, which is why that pump fake becomes effective.
Boston shooting their first free throws of the game.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
2 shots.
That's good from Cantor.
And the Celtics last season mourning the passing of the great John Havlicek.
You know, Greg, he spent his entire career with the Celtics. He won 8 titles along the way. He was known as one of the great competitors and a class individual. His legacy undoubtedly will live on.
So he gets them both.
And last season, the first ever NBA Finals for the Toronto Raptors.
What a tremendous run, Greg. Think about it. In the Eastern Conference Finals, they go down 0-2 before winning 4 straight to close out the Bucks. And forget about the city of Toronto. The entire country of Canada was on fire for Raptors basketball. And how do they reward them? NBA championship.
Out of Cameroon, Pascal Siakam drastically improved last year, Doris. Is he the prototypical modern power forward?
He is, Kevin, and there's a few reasons why. The guy can rip and run. He can space the floor. He is switchable on the perimeter defensively. He can go inside, outside. Everything you want in terms of versatility, Pascal Siakam brings to the table.
And the first one at the line is good.
Boy, you look at all the athletes on this team. How about Pascal Siakam? This guy may be the fastest power forward in the NBA. And if you couple that with ball handling, this guy is tremendous in transition.
Siakam hits them both. And the speed and quickness of Siakam, not just an asset in transition. Doris, defensively, he is something special.
There is no doubt. At 6'9", but he's got a 7'3" wingspan. Siakam's combination of length and mobility, tailor-made for the modern NBA.
Now here's Tatum. He's coming off a 22-point game against Cleveland.
How about the confidence from this young gun? Jason Tatum's length is tough to deal with inside, guys.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
One of the areas where he has excelled all season long. How about 87% from the line?
And he knocks down the first one. And you look at Jason Tatum able to play either forward position. Doris, do you think his future is at the 3 or at the 4?
I think he is interchangeable at either position because his scoring can be devastating. For Jason Tatum, it's really a matter of making sure he continues to gain strength, continue to be a force and factor on the defensive end, and probably enhance his footwork around the rim a little bit.
And so Tatum nails them both.
The Toronto Raptors 2 summers ago making bold moves. Think about it. You trade away a franchise cornerstone in DeMar DeRozan. You fire Dwayne Casey in his Coach of the Year season. But it paid off in a huge way.
Now here's Smart. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Cantor against Powell. Now here's Tatum. He's guarded closely. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Here's Van Vliet. Rejected by Walker. They retain possession. The Celtics have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. There's the pass to Smart. Over to the left wing. And Tice gets it to go. And the front office in Toronto, Doris, took a lot of heat for those changes you were just talking about.
Kev, their point guard Kyle Lowry wouldn't even talk to the president for much of the season. But the feeling was, from the management, in order for this team to break through, changes had to be made.
And the Raptors with the ball, following the three-pointer by Boston.
And the city of Boston, 12 championships since 2000, 6 in football, 4 in baseball, and 1 apiece in hockey and basketball.
Greg, you'd have to say Boston has become the sports capital of the country. The fans are knowledgeable, they're passionate, and they are justifiably proud.
And that one falls for Johnson.
And Kevin, last season there were a couple of glaring deficiencies for the Celtics. I thought they had a problem with shot selection. Too often I thought they settled for pull-up jumpers. They did not exploit their length to get into the paint, nor did they exploit their ability to get to the free throw line. And ultimately that really cost them.
And with the Celtics last season, Doris, one of the league's lowest rate of free throws attempted and bottom 7 in offensive rebounding.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They had a couple of players coming off of surgeries, knee troubles. Sometimes that can make you hesitant to mix it up on the interior. But, boy, if you want to win, you've got to get to the free throw line and you've got to get to the offensive glass.
Now here's Van Vliet. Marcus Smart missing that last shot. Siakam, good.
Wow, finishing through contact with a beautiful display of focus. What a job by Pascal Siakam through contact.
Now here's Walker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Johnson with the block. And he recovers it. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Tatum.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
Take a break. Take a break.
Free throw drops for Hayward.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
Brown is checked in for Smart. And Toronto also making a switch. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. Hayward hits them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Here's Van Vliet. It's deflected. Walker the pass to Brown. And the dunk by Brown.
How confident is Jaylen Brown in his handle? The dribble drive through traffic, really nice.
And here is Van Vliet. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Raptors trail by 5. Ibaka outside. Back to Van Vliet. That shot off. Excellent D from Cancer.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
And good that time.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
And so Siakam will bring it up for the Raptors. Last time they met was in Toronto.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, frankly, Greg, they should be shocked. I mean, that kind of effort simply won't cut it in today's NBA. Let's see if they take any lessons from it.
Here's Van Vliet. They can't stop the run with that one.
Well, this guy cannot get started, and the offense overall has been a struggle because of it.
Here's Hayward. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Raptors trail by 9. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Of course, you've seen a lot of these big men come and go in this league. Who would you say right now is the most complete big man in the NBA?
Well, 2 guys come to my mind immediately, and that's Joel Embiid, who I think probably could be more efficient with his three-point shooting, but is still enough of a threat that you have to guard him out there. They enter the ball through him in the post, and he can be a dominant scorer. He can also put it on the deck. And then Anthony Davis, who you could say all of those attributes that Joel Embiid has, the Brow has as well. Those are 2 of the most complete, dominant, two-way big men in today's game.
Shot clock at 5. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Shoots over Brown. That one wide left. For the Celtics, they come into this one following a loss to the Cavaliers. In the corner, it's Hayward. It's deflected.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Undrafted out of Wichita State, Fred Van Vliet. Never the most heralded player, Doris. But you know, he says he bet on himself, and it's worked.
No doubt. Van Vliet's belief in himself gets him a 2-year, $18 million contract. But I think beyond that, this man, in the moments that mattered most in the playoffs, proved that Fred Van Vliet will deliver.
He throw good, Van Vliet. And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred Van Vliet's not the biggest, but his toughness great. His toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better. And Toronto choosing their team name back in '94, the fans helped them narrow it down, and with dinosaurs all over the silver screen, it helped tilt things towards the Raptors.
And we all remember those early uniforms, those giant velociraptors across the front. Fortunately, they've toned it down a bit since then.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Raptors trail by 9. Out to Ibaka. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And Ibaka slams it in.
Well, that's about court awareness. Hollis Jefferson playing very well within the confines of this offense.
Here's Wanamaker, covered by Van Vliet. Wanamaker, the pass to Brown. In the corner, it's Hayward. Here's Wanamaker. He averages a bit over 6 points a game.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Here's McCaw, and that misses badly. Air ball. Celtics leading by 7. Hayward kicks to Brown. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. There's 1:54 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Van Vliet. Out to the right wing. There's Hollis Jefferson. Not going to go that time. Hayward with some nice D. It's Brown with the drive. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
.124 left here in the opening quarter. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Van Vliet can't get it to go.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
And Wanamaker has it in the corner. To the middle. 11 feet away, and he gets the bucket. And now it's an 11-point Celtic lead.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Toronto's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's Anunoby. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Clock at 6. And he drops it in from the low post.
I'll tell you, it's 6'8" with elite athleticism. Good luck checking OG Anunoby on the interior.
And here's Boston. They're on a 16-6 run. 23 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now Brown. He's got 6. Here's Wanamaker. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. For Boston, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops.
Yeah, and early on doing a really nice job at the free throw line.
And he makes both free throws.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Van Vliet looking around. Here's Ibaka, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Boston Celtics. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We've got more in store for you right after this. Gordon Hayward reunited with his college coach Brad Stevens. He said they go way back.
Our relationship started when I was in high school. He came to my morning workouts and really recruited me at Butler and was kind of the first guy that I think believed in me that I could make it to the next level.
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now a veteran in this league, while Stevens has moved into the conversation for one of the better young coaches in our league.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Raptors. We've got Fred VanVleet. McCaw is out there with Anunoby, and it's Marc Gasol, and it's Boucher in at the 4. Here's Tatum, following the basket by Marc Gasol. Here's Brown, and he banks in the layup. Brown's got the lead up to 11 now for Boston.
Guys, how about the journey of the Raptors' Nick Nurse? So well traveled before taking the head job in Toronto. This guy has shown his worth. In his first season as a head coach in the NBA, it translates to a title. Absolutely incredible.
And the Celtics making a change here. Smart's checked in. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for the Raptors. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. VanVleet with it. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And the basket by Johnson. And Coach Nick Nurse paid some dues, Doris, before his turn as head coach of this Toronto team.
Well, think about it. Early in his career, he's a player coach in the British Basketball League. Then he goes and establishes a G League franchise in his home state of Iowa. Then to lead that team to a title in 2011, join another G League team for the Raptors and win a title in 2013. Really an incredible journey, guys.
So it's Boston now after the missed 3 from Stanley Johnson. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto last season, Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23, and he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. And after winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. So it's Boston now after the Raptors pick up 2. Smart on the wing. Fires the 3. Boston, no good that time either.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Got a piece of it. Johnson against Tatum. Johnson kicks to Gasol. Here's McCaw. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Over in the corner, Gasol. A 3-pointer off the mark. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Boston Celtics. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter, and that one good.
You know, this is in part what makes Marcus Smart very dangerous, right? He can slice into the defense. He's got that remarkable speed to get where he wants.
Now here's VanVleet. Passes it to Gasol. It's tipped, but he recovers it. Toronto gets it back with a new 14. Tatum against Johnson. Clock at 4. Over Tatum. And the Raptors miss again.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Now here's VanVleet. D right on him. Johnson wide open. He fires. No good on the triple.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Here's Wanamaker. Smart dishes to Tatum. The 3-pointer no good. Good. Nice job down low. Tatum's got the lead up to 11 now for Boston.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's guarded closely. Left side Gasol. Lets it go from the wing, and the shot goes in. Gasol's got 6 points.
Well, what a perimeter shot Marc Gasol has always had. For a big man, such pretty touch.
Here's Wanamaker. He kicks it to Williams. And the pass to Tatum. Here's Poirier. Gasol with the steal. Both teams will make substitutions. Raptors trail by 9. Well, the Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
A lot of switching on every possession in the NBA from a defensive standpoint, and you see the way Doris offenses are adjusting to that.
Yeah, I think number one, you have to attack the switch. That's first and foremost. And it's an interesting balance between attacking and being patient, because the one thing you're ultimately seeking in every switch is a favorable matchup for yourself. That's where a critical thinking guard who knows where to find and put the ball is so critical to your success.
Well, that's a good way to look at it. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league and also one of the more respected.
And Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get any Coach of the Year votes 2 seasons ago. Think about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Last season, he admitted his most trying in the 12 years as a coach. Boy, he is looking to get them back on track.
Here's McCall. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. Outside Gasol. Here's McCall. Guarded by Smart. Puts up a 3. The rebound by the Celtics. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And sometimes you can make a few plays here and there, but never get into a real rhythm. That's what happened to them in that game.
I'll tell you, that's a great way to put it, Greg, because I thought they were all over the place. They never settled into any kind of rhythm.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Jason Tatum. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Toronto. Pass to Powell. Now Gasol. Back to Powell. He dishes it to Gasol. Good on the bucket. Gasol's got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, right there you see the toughness and the mental focus of Marc Gasol. This guy burying it even after getting hit.
Stolen. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Dishes to Gasol. And Cantor pulls it down.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Smart against Powell. Here's Hayward. Doesn't go for him. So the Raptors will take it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Live by the 3, die by the 3. If you're perimeter dependent, you don't really know game to game how it's going to go.
But Greg, I think when you shoot as poorly as they did from deep in that basketball game, it's not going to go your way very often. The 3 ball too critical in today's NBA.
And he makes the first.
I think, guys, maybe what you appreciate most about Pascal Siakam is his versatility. He can score from a number of areas. He can guard multiple positions. There is a lot to like about this young man.
Brown, he's checked in for Boston. The Raptors also with a sub. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Marc Gasol. Siakam hits them both.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Walker the pass to Hayward. Brown outside. Shoots over Powell, and he can't bank that one in. Here's Hollis Jefferson, defended by Hayward. Powell kicks to Ibaka. Siakam outside. And the Raptors miss again.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Cantor finds Hayward. Passes to Tice. Here's Walker, and it's denied. But they recover it. Another shot. And it's Toronto with the rebound. McCaw's got 4 rebounds now tonight. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Siakam.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Now here's Walker. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Cantor, the pass to Hayward. Just 5 to shoot. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Gordon Hayward obviously still working his way back to peak form. Let's remember, this guy was an all-star in 2017. We know he can be a franchise guy.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And Doris, you talk about when Gordon Hayward is playing his best. What makes him, in your mind, so special?
Well, when he's right physically, he can be a go-to offensive weapon, Kevin. This guy is the true definition of triple threat, right? He can pick you apart with his passing, with his shooting, and also off the dribble drive. Boy, when he's right, he is tough to stop.
He hits both from the stripe.
I think it's easy to admire everything Gordon Hayward brings to the table. This guy can score at all 3 levels, and he can also defend. He's crucial to this team.
It's blocked.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
And stolen by Siakam. The dish to Powell. Stolen by Walker. Brown the pass to Hayward. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Ibaka's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now here's Walker. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And Tice gets it to go.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Boston leading by 7, and the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That is his first foul of the game. .153 left in the first half of basketball. Walker goes in. Cantor. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Well, Cantor is a smart, aggressive offensive player and very crafty at drawing contact.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Well, you love the unselfishness of Gordon Hayward in that instance. You think of him as a scorer, but he's a terrific setup guy as well.
Here's Powell. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Knocks it loose, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Hayward.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Siakam. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
Here's Hollis Jefferson, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. 5 on the clock. Here's Anunoby. That one off the back iron and out.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Walker looking for an opening. Now the pass to Brown. From the arc. Walker's shot is off. Raptors trail by 10 and stolen by Hayward. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Hayward's got 4 points in the quarter.
Pretty good quickness from the agile Gordon Hayward, effortlessly to the rim with that athleticism.
And so Siakam will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. And Ibaka slams it in.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Powell against Walker. Hayward on the wing. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Now the Raptors moving it up. Here's Powell. Some solid defense from Brown.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
And so it's the Boston Celtics going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, you're in a good position here at the break. What do you tell your team to make sure they don't let up?
Well, I don't think it's about letting up or playing better, or it's just playing the right way. We just have to play good basketball. And we talked about it before the game. That's our goal going into the game. That doesn't change no matter what the score is. So that'll be the discussion at halftime.
Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Out in front at the half is Boston. They lead by 10. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
Well, they've been playing with some toughness. And it's led to a nice lead for them, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers. And now they need to stay mean, Ernie. You cannot lose that edge in the second half.
Looking at Toronto, Kenny, your thoughts?
They need to make major adjustments on the offense. Whatever their game plan was going into this game, scrap it. It's not been effective. The shots they were taking were not good shots. They need to find a way to spring guys open where they can shoot a better percentage.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Toronto with the ball, trailing by 10. Walker and Smart, the guards. Daniel Tice out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Tatum in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. Now, here's Siakam. 5 to shoot. Off target from 3-point range.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's Siakam. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Siakam left side. Makes it off the glass. Siakam's got 14.
Not only is Pascal Siakam elevating his offensive game, he's elevating his efficiency. He is working right now.
Now, here's Walker. Pass to Tice. Back to Walker. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Marc Gasol. Well, one of the bigger names in free agency this past summer was Kemba Walker. A lot of teams, Greg, looking at him.
And rightfully so, Kevin. With Kemba, a point guard who is in his prime, he's an impact player who can hit big shots and is one of the more underrated stars in our league.
He's off on the first.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, if you were going to lose Kyrie Irving, why not replace him with Kemba Walker? The Celtics brought Walker in from Charlotte last offseason, and it looks like he's going to pay off big time in Boston. The Celtics didn't exactly do what they wanted the last couple of years, but with Walker and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and a hopefully healthy Gordon Hayward, the Celtics aren't exactly going to be in the lottery anytime soon either.
Well, you're right on that, D.A. They're still stocked, and we love Walker. He'll, I think, mix well with this team. Thank you. And that one falls for Smart. And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, you know, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster. The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Sunday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then on Tuesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And looking at that Nets matchup, they won't have much room for error in that one. A team like this will punish mistakes, but I could see them walking away with this one.
The first free throw is good.
And you always know what you're going to get from Walker from the line. He's been a solid, consistent free throw shooter his entire career.
And so he hits both. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Stolen by Smart. Here's Walker. Lays it up and banks it in. Walker's got 7 points for the quarter.
A lot to like about the way they're playing right now, but still plenty of time left.
You do like that the offense is humming along. They're putting in the effort to distance themselves.
Here's Powell. Kemba Walker making his last shot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
You know, Greg, defense a given for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
Now here's Walker. He's got 9, and Cantor throws it down.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Here's Van Vliet after the basket by Boston. Kicks it out to Johnson. Pass to Powell. Siakam against Smart. Siakam misses.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Walker the pass to Cantor. Looking for Tice. Oh, my goodness! Wow. What a play!
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
And Toronto has possession following the bucket by the Celtics. Siakam misses.
1 for 5 has got to be a frustrating start, and they just don't look sharp right now. Can they find their offensive game?
Now here's Walker. They lead by 20. It's the most we've seen. That's tipped. Now here's Powell. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Siakam outside. Just 5 on the clock. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Gasol wide open. He fires. Good on the shot. And that's now 6 points for Johnson.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
To me, Greg, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
Smart misses. Raptors trail by 18. Siakam left side. A floater. Rebound Boston. Smart deciding where to go with it. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Do you ever notice the physicality? That's an aspect of Marcus Smart's game. He just powers through the defense. Sensational shooting.
What I love about Marcus Smart is every single trip up the floor, this guy is going to be in your grill, and it cannot be a pleasant experience to have this man guarding you.
And Toronto making a change here. Boucher is checked in. And that one falls for Smart. And that defensive pressure of Smart will wear you down, Doors, over the course of a game.
Kevin, it takes its toll because his combination of athleticism, strength, and motor makes him an absolute monster on the defensive end.
Now here's Van Vliet. And the 3 off target.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul. It's called on Toronto. And that one misses. Of course, it seems like Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, is one of the most well-liked commissioners in all of sports worldwide. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think he was amongst the most important members of the staff of his predecessor, David Stern, who obviously oversaw the greatest growth in NBA history. The NBA became a global game. But Adam Silver didn't skip a beat. He is a great listener, a great communicator, and I've said this about the NBA for a very long time. It is a league that is in constant self-evaluation process. It is always looking for ways to improve the league, whether that means organizationally or with the play between the lines, and that's all you can ask for, Kevin.
Here's Boucher for three. They get the rebound, and that one is hammered home.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what, Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
Here's Williams. The Raptors getting the bucket. Outside, Smart. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. Number 1, the Celtics.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
Now here's Powell. Passes it to Boucher. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for the Celtics. Brown comes in for Brad Wanamaker. And Toronto also making a switch. Anunoby, he's checked in for Johnson. Van Vliet with it, guarded by Smart. Knocked loose, stolen by Smart. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist from Smart. Brown's got 10.
And Kevin, Jaylen Brown thrives when it comes to scoring through contact. This is a guy who is constantly looking to initiate that body contact with the defense.
Now here's Van Vliet, guarded by Smart. Van Vliet passes to Gasol. Kicks to Powell. Shoots. And again, no good by Toronto.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And it goes down 2 points. He's got 12.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. And there's the pass to Powell. Now Gasol. He's covered by Brown. Here's Anunoby. Launches it. Back to Powell. Outside Gasol. And Tatum pulls it down. The Celtics have gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. And finished off by Brown.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
So it's Toronto now, following the bucket by the Celtics. Pass to Anunoby. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
4th foul of the night. Now he needs to be smart. Can't reach in and pick up something foolish.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Raptors. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Fred Van Vliet. Toronto working the ball around now. Knocked away. Williams with the steal. And again, Boston running the court in transition. Outside Tatum. Hayward outside. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And a look now at some of the players we can expect to see in this year's dunk contest. Always one of the great events of All-Star Weekend.
It is, Kevin. You just can't take your eyes off it. The ideas those guys come up with, and then the guts it takes to pull them off, always blows me away.
Well, you look at Tice. Some might say he's a long shot at this point, but you never know.
Hey, stranger things have happened, and we'll just have to wait and see.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing we already know, there are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into.
And Greg, last season, the best scoring average of Serge Ibaka's career.
Even with a down year as far as his three-point shooting, Ibaka's still very efficient, getting more of his offense around the rim, playing some at the 5.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And the move back to his more natural 5 position has rejuvenated Serge Ibaka. More room to operate offensively, and defensively he can stay in the paint where he's effective.
Patrick McCaw, he's checked in for Toronto. Thomas comes in for Norman Powell. Good on both. And Ibaka's shooting ability, Doris, had enabled him to play some power forward, but his mobility was being tested.
Correct, because at Ibaka's size, it's tough to ask him to chase smaller guys around the perimeter. He is much better suited playing inside and protecting the rim. I think you saw that last season.
Offensive rebound. McCaw kicks to Anunoby. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Anunoby's got his second basket of the night.
Well, easy money, right? I like the strategy. Go inside, get a high percentage look.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston.
For viewers, timeout's a chance to check your phone, grab a drink, but for the teams, it's all about business.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
Some changes for Toronto. Siakam is checked in for Patrick McCaw. Davis is subbed in for Thomas. And here's Smart. He's got 10. Tatum deciding where to go with it. Pass to Hayward from downtown. And Davis pulls it down. Toronto's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Floats it up there for Siakam. He can't get it to go.
Boy, it's been a struggle in this quarter, and the team needs more from him. There's no doubt.
And there's the bucket from Tatum.
Well, the increasing strength of Jason Tatum is making it harder to knock him off his path. That is nice.
And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Toronto. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. Siakam outside. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it to Davis. Fires for 3. That shot no good. Now Boston takes it the other way. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Gordon Hayward. Averaging 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
The free throw drops by Hayward. Walker's checked in for the Celtics. And the Raptors also making a change. Van Vliet's checked in. Hayward hits them both. There's 1:54 left in the third quarter. Pass to Anunoby. Here's Van Vliet. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Kemba Walker picks one up. The first one falls.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
He's off on the second. Moves on moves. Greg, that's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
Raptors shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves.
Wow, the vertical of Hollis Jefferson, simply unreal. This guy's got a little showman in his game.
We've got 1:13 left to play in the third. Here's Brown. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Tatum finds Brown. Three-pointer, Hayward. Good D by Siakam.
Got his hand out enough on that one to bother the three-point attempt. Great hustle on that one.
You know, we talk about this time and time again, trying to stay connected to shooters along the perimeter. Nicely done.
The first free throw is good.
Well, I think what I like about Hollis Jefferson is he can contribute just a little bit of everything. This guy's got a tremendous motor.
Cantor checked in for the Celtics. Daniel Tice comes in for Jason Tatum. Now here's Walker. 9 points in the game so far. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 12 rebounds.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
Siakam up top. Got a piece of it. 6 on the shot clock. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Boston leading by 23. Now Walker. Hayward outside. Out to the right wing. Tice passes to Cantor. Over Ibaka.
I love to see Serge Ibaka when he's locked in on the defensive end. Boy, he'll make you think twice as an offensive player.
And so it's Boston in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. They have been excellent at both ends of the floor. The scoreboard showing what a complete performance this has been. We come back right after this. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Excellent defense. Keep getting the ball side to side on offense. We're getting a lot of good looks. Let's be patient in getting our best look. Down here, just duplicate what you're doing. Let's go.
Well, clearly Brad loves how determined they've been on defense.
I mean, I like how he gave his guys credit there, while he's also challenging them on offense.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Fred VanVleet out there with Hollis Jefferson. And it's Anunoby in at the 3 spot.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Rebound, Boston. Cantor's.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
Well, the increased playmaking ability of Pascal Siakam on display. Pretty pass.
And Walker's got the ball here for Boston. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's foul number 2 for him. And Toronto making a change here. Johnson's checked in. That'll be a 5-second call.
And that's only his first miscue of the night. He's been unbelievably steady so far.
Now here's Van Vliet, guarded closely. Looking to get back on track here. The rebound by the Celtics. Brown's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Hayward against Johnson. Johnson with the defensive effort. Raptors trail by 21. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Excellent anticipation of a teammate's defensive ability. Siakam gets out in transition. Nice.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Now here's Walker, covered by Van Vliet. And Walker kicks to Tice. Back to Walker. 4 on the clock. Out to Hayward. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Norman Powell's checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Siakam finds Johnson. And Hayward with the block.
Well, this is where Gordon Hayward has turned himself into a dependable two-way player. How good is he at using his length to turn away these shots? I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Now here's Van Vliet. Following the miss by Kemba Walker. Back to Ibaka. Fires the 3. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Outside, Walker. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Brown against Powell. And Siakam has it in the corner. Buries it from 3-point range. Siakam's got 19 points.
I'll tell you, the three-point shooting looking better and better. The hard work of Pascal Siakam paying off.
Walker with it. Pass to Cantor. Hayward outside. 6 to shoot. Cantor. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Raptors trail by 16. And Siakam throws it down.
Well, Mr. Siakam can elevate well above the rim. Nicely done.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Walker, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
And that one falls for Walker. And the Celtics making a change here. Smart's checked in. And he makes both free throws. Now here's Powell. Ibaka outside. The 3. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Well, you love how Ibaka goes right up with the shot. Doesn't hesitate for a second off the catch.
Up top, Walker. Covered by Van Vliet. Now here's Walker. Tight defense on him. 5 on the clock. Hayward kicks to Walker. From outside, off the mark. Here's the Raptors with the ball. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Siakam finds Van Vliet. Now here's Powell, guarded by Walker. Johnson against Hayward. Back to Powell. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Van Vliet. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now here's Walker, covered by Van Vliet. Walker the pass to Hayward. The kick out to Walker. Rebound by the Raptors.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
Here's Siakam. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Celtics leading by 11. Left side, Smart. He dishes it to Walker. Celtics passing it around. Tice passes to Cantor. No one on him, and it's the easy one.
Well, this guy is a skilled scorer from that area. Once Enes Kanter gets a little bit of position, he's good.
Here's Van Vliet. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the way up.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Well, more and more that mid-range game becoming something you've got to deal with when guarding Enes Kanter.
And here is Van Vliet. Down low, Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 11 rebounds. Now Walker, Hayward outside. From outside the arc, that falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Raptors trail by 14. That's tipped. Siakam with it. He kicks to Powell. Johnson surveying the floor. Passes it to Van Vliet. Ibaka with the ball. Guarded by Walker. Fades. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Celtics leading by 12. Hayward at the elbow over Johnson. Hayward can hit. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto. Powell finds Ibaka. He doesn't hit that one. Now, here's Tice. He's covered closely. Now, here's Hayward. Can't hit the reverse layup. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Siakam.
Well, Siakam pushing right through the contact. Go ahead, young sir.
Right side to Walker. Got it. Good job in the low post. Walker's got 4 points this quarter.
You love that this guy doesn't get down on himself after a rough first half. Keep your composure and keep grinding.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his third foul of the game. Tatum, he's checked in for Gordon Hayward. Marcus All's checked in for the Raptors. Siakam kicks to Johnson. Here's Smart. Outside Tatum. To the left side wing. And here's Walker outside. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Gasol's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Siakam passes to Johnson. Johnson draws the double. Floats it up there for Siakam. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Wow, what a find. Marc Gasol, one of the best passing big men in the league.
Outside, Walker. Tatum on the wing. Four on the shot clock. Off target with the open look.
You know, he made an easy shot so much harder, and it really cost him the bucket, guys.
Raptors trail by 10. Here's Siakam. The pass to Van Vliet.
And since halftime, he just doesn't have a clue when it comes to shooting. But the effort's been there for him, just not getting the results.
To the left wing. Powell against Smart. The kick out to Walker. Smart trying to break free, and Walker gets it to go on the assist from Smart. Smart's got 4 assists now tonight. Now, here's Siakam, defended by Tice. Siakam inside. Excellent D from Cantor. Celtics leading by 13. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Van Vliet kicks to Gasol. This is to Johnson. The shot, no good. And it's Boston the other way. And here's Smart. Feeds to Cantor. Shoots over Van Vliet. They grab their own miss. Cantor, the pass to Smart. Tatum against Siakam. The kick out to Tatum. Over Siakam. And there's the bucket from Tatum. And the Celtics lead by 15.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Boston.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Enes Kanter.
And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end in particular, getting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling.
Siakam outside. Pass to Hernandez. Now here's Thomas. pass to Boucher. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Here's Wanamaker. He's guarded by Thomas. Williams gets the bucket.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Here's Thomas after the basket by Boston. Here's Boucher. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So he gets them both. 27 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Wanamaker. He's guarded by Thomas. And then Williams slams it in.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt, GA. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Here with Gordon Hayward. Gordon, great effort for you guys tonight, and you get the win.
We did. We guarded extremely well. All-around effort by everybody. Great game. I thought we really moved the ball. Great win.
Excellent inside-out defense, Gordon. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.